Record. Yes, it is recording now. And share. I'm stopping the share. Okay. Now you can go.
Okay. Can you see it now?
Yeah, 1 minute. Yeah, you can see it.
Yeah. Here, it's in the download folder. I have these three files: Selenium Server Standalone, Selenium Server, and Selenium Java 2.
Okay.
These three here, and
Yes.
I have Eclipse. So, do I need to bring those files from here, extract these files, and put it somewhere?
Yeah. That is what I'm just. Can I take control now?
Yeah, sure.
So actually, this is full screen. Can you stop sharing?
Okay.
Yeah, this is that can be answered without even sharing. But anyhow, I just share my system and I'll tell you.
Okay.
Now, what you can do is the project I shared, right?
Yes.
So put and download that, get that project
Okay.
and place it in. You can place it anywhere. You can place it on desktop also. But as a real-time or experienced guy who is working on these things, just create a folder structure such like this. C
Yeah.
users Satish workspace. In that workspace, the project which I gave you, that is this project that I gave you,
Okay.
you paste the extracted file. When you paste the extracted file, it will come in this way.
Okay.
Okay. Now the jar go into this file, create a folder, name lib, library, lib, and in that folder, just save all these jars.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Now
one more.
again, yeah, one
Yeah.
minute, I'm not complete yet, sorry.
Okay.
Okay, after that, go to Eclipse, open, import, navigate, open an existing project. It is since I have given the project, so you have the dump of it. It is an existing project. Okay, you need to create a new project. So
Okay.
next, then navigate to that folder which you are there. So
Okay.
you'll be seeing Java project. Open it. And click.
Okay.
Since I already have the project, it is showing a warning message, and it is not enabling the finish button. But if you don't have, it will enable the finish button. Click on finish. So you'll be seeing that project in your Eclipse.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions from this?
Yeah. And the one thing is like when I have that folder, when I open that Selenium server in my downloads folder, I have
Okay.
Selenium server 2.53 and Selenium server 2.53 SRCS. Two two files are there. Two jar files.
No. That simple thing. Whatever you have, only use these three jars.
Oh.
Selenium server source, Selenium standalone, Selenium server
Okay.
standalone. So these
So I
three
can
jars.
so I can directly copy from the project that you sent.
Yes, I think it will be yes. It will be. You will have this, but which I recommended for you. Anything is fine. I'm absolutely fine. Not only I, Selenium and this Firefox are also fine.
Okay.
But the thing is, which I gave you, it is
Okay.
not 2.53.0.
Oh, okay. Good.
Okay, it is another supported version, that is 2.53.1.
Yes.
Now, for this, if you want to have, if you use
Mm-hmm.
the jar that I provided in the share, then you need to have Firefox version of 47.0.1.
Yeah, I got that one. So
Okay.
anyhow, in that case, I will use the one that I have. but I don't understand like how to connect it. Could you do it for me when I share the screen?
Means what connect you are looking for? Just trying to understand question.
Yeah. Actually, what happens is here I need to configure the Selenium to the Eclipse, right? That
Hmm.
configuration process I didn't do it.
Configure Selenium. Nothing. There is nothing to configure. You need to copy these jars, put in the
I
project.
created the class a project, everything, class package, everything I created. After that,
Okay.
I need to add external jars to the Java build path, right? There
Yes.
I need to connect
So
external
okay.
jars.
Yeah. Don't go that long now. Don't go. So we
Okay.
have still not registered with Selenium. Means we are not completed with Java yet. So don't
Okay.
go. Okay. I get your point where you're going, but don't go that
Okay.
long. Okay.
Okay. So
So
without adding
because
those things, I can use it now. It will work for me without adding those external jars.
no, you can't choose. You can't
Yeah.
use that. See, actually, I'm speaking to Deepthi, right?
No, Priya.
Priya, okay. Priya, I can answer your question, but we shall make it off this session, okay? Or
Okay. Okay, that's
at least,
fine.
okay, and not even today. I can make it tomorrow because 8 means our time. By the end time 8:30, it will be a high time for me. So you can take
Oh,
it
okay.
tomorrow if you have.
Yeah,
That is
tomorrow I'm fine. What time will you be available?
after the
Let me.
session. After the session, just
Okay.
5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah, that
Because
sounds
I recommend not to go that far now, but
okay.
I don't want to stop others. Just our time will be wasted.
Yeah, I
Others
understand.
can-
Okay, tomorrow we will look into that one.
Okay, okay then.
Okay, thank
Any other
you.
questions? Yeah, thank you. Any other questions from for this installation and setup? Okay, I take it as no.
No,
Yeah, and see, and yesterday's we had one more question. So our script was running only for 63 when we made a for loop while loop, when we made a while loop to execute till less than or equal to 91. So we did not understand why it stopped because we gave a value as reference value and not reference value 2. I think you remember this issue. I'm just running it again to explain you why it got. See, basically, as per our view here, it stopped at execution 63, but that is wrong. It executed till 91 because if you see the result here, we just got confused with this number. But if you see the remaining part of the answer, means the print, if you see the remaining part of the print, it is for India. India is this statement, and we are printing by mistake. There was a typo. I made it as reference value, which reference value is, if you see the reference value number, it is 63. So it was valid. Yeah, our code was executing properly. There is no issue in that. So if you see the reference value number, it is 63. So it executed till India means 91, and after 91, this condition failed and it got out of the loop and it printed 61 because reference value is 61. All are clear now?
yeah, we are clear.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So we just need this part of the code, this part of the answer, in that output. You're concentrating on this number only. Okay. Anyhow. So I'm just closing this also. This we are done. Okay. Now. So we are going to. So this is. So we are done with variables, data types, control statements. In control statements, sorry. Yeah, before going to arrays, I have one more point, few more points to be covered. That is operations in Java. So there are different operations that we need to perform while doing our programming. So there are many operations that like unary operations, arithmetic operations, shift operations, relational operations, bitwise operations, logical operations, and assignment operations. So the things which we use are means most in Selenium, most not mostly, always which we use are unary operations, arithmetic operations, relational operations, logical operations, and assignment operations. So this bitwise and shift operation we never use. Okay, but I'll just go through them in a quick way. Okay, first unary operations. Unary operations is, if you see yesterday one of the programs which we did, it was mostly about incrementing the value, or I'll just tell you. So if you see that for loop, we have incremented it plus plus. So this is the unary operator that we used for our code yesterday. So basically, if we have a value here, if we have a value, and if we print as plus plus the value, then it will increment the value and then do the remaining operations on the code based on the value. If we say that is 0, then if we say, okay, so this will increase the value first and then use it. This will decrease the value first and then use the value. This will use the value. After using the value, after executing the code, it will be incremented. Same as the case. It will first with that value which we specified, the operations will be done. Then it will decrement the value. So this is only for just making as a sign, like if you want a plus sign before a value, then you can use as plus. If you want a minus sign before a value, you can use minus. And this tilt operation, this tilt is used if you use tilt before a value, that will put minus of plus one of that value. Okay. I'll just show you, but here I'm just giving. So arithmetic operations are plus, minus, multiplication, and this forward slash, it is the quotient when you are dividing a number by another number. So the quotient value will be stored in, if we have a forward slash. If you want to store the remainder value, you need to give it as percentile. Okay. And this is a shift operator. So this is mainly used for binary values. So if you say you have a value x, and if it is the value of x is 10, if you say, and if you're doing a what is greater than 2 greater than symbols, if you're putting, and if you're giving, so 10 greater than symbols, 2 greater than symbols followed by some 2 or 5 or 10, then what will happen is this binary value that x has will be shifted towards right 2 digits. If suppose if you say 2, n is as 2, then it will be shifted by 2 digits to the right, and after shifting, whatever the number is generated, that number will be printed in the output. I'll just show you this one, don't just make concern. And relational operators is less than, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, equal to, and not equal to. Then coming to logical operators and bitwise operators. Logical AND that we use, logical OR is also the thing that we use. But if you want to do the same logical AND and if you want to do the AND and OR operator for a binary value in bytes, if you want to do, you should use one single value, single ampersand and single pipe. Okay. And ternary operator is any statement that has only one condition, means by the condition you want to print something, or you want to display something, or you want to assign something, then the condition will be over here. If the condition is true, the value will be assigned to this first variable. If the condition is false, then the value will be assigned to the second variable. This is one way of representing. So this is mainly used if you have a means after an if condition, if you have only single line of statements to be executed, that too an assignment operator to different variables, then you can use it in a single line instead of having an if condition, else condition. It will be around 5 lines of code. These 5 lines of code can be reduced into one single line. And this is assignment operator. So instead of using, I'll just tell you, okay, over here I'll cover it. So this is just assignment operator. Instead of having like reference value is equals to reference value plus 1, we can just say that, we can just put it as plus, and we can remove this part. So this will also work fine. So this is one way of representing. If you see the result, yes, it will work. Yes, see the result, it worked. So this is one way of representing. This is one of assignment operators. So I'll just navigate through this operations. I'm just creating a class. Okay, what is this class? Operators. Let me class Java underscore operators. Okay, I'm going to the class using tab NAIN crash, control space, enter. So in main, what I'm going to do, so I'll just so for this I'll just list out some values initially. So int, okay, a is equals to some 10, no, b is equals to 20, c is equals to 30, b. Okay, I'm just giving some values, but before that I'm making some values as minus, you shall see, because in some cases you need to understand how this works out. Okay, I gave some negative values and positive values. Now yes, is plus plus b minus minus c minus minus c, or okay, anyhow, anything is fine. And what is the other operator? Okay, plus e. I'm making it as tilt g. Okay, so I'm just going to print these values. Let me save it. Okay, so I told that plus means a plus means it will first take the assignment, it will do the operations, and then after that it will increment. So first when it displayed as 10, that is fine. And B also, first it will do the operation, then it will decrement. So when we are displaying at the first time, so whatever we have, it is displayed. That is also fine. Now if you see C, we declared it as 30, but since we did minus minus of C, first it will decrement the value, then it will operate on the remaining part of the code. So 30, when it decremented, it got 29. Okay. And same in the case of D, it will first increment. So minus 40 plus 1 is minus 39. So this is the value it got incremented, and it will execute the remaining part of the code. Again, this is, so plus is minus 50 is the value, and we have added a plus there. So plus into minus, minus, again 40 was displayed. So minus 50 is as is. And this is about 60. We have added a minus over there, so it is minus 60. And coming to 70, I told when we have added a tilt for any of the value, it will say like minus of plus 1 of that value. So minus of what is the plus 1? Wait. Yeah, okay, in 1 minute. So minus of minus 70 plus 1. So what is the value? So it is equals to minus 69, minus 69 of minus, right? So minus into minus plus, delete.
Yeah.
So this should be the value. Yeah, it is 69. So it is also fine. Okay. So this is about the unary operators. Arithmetic operators, as we go. So plus and minus, I think we all know. So, okay. So 10 plus, if you want to add two numbers, you should make this as 10 plus 20. And if you want to subtract, it is 10 minus 20. And okay, let me print this. Okay, now, so this in addition subtraction, it will be a bit easy only, but the thing is about the multiplication. I'm just going with the multiplication. So let me complete this one also. 10 into 20. So this is multiplication. So this is important. See, by this I'll be giving you not only in interviews, only with these two things. Okay, no, only with these two things. I'm telling you again, only with these two things we'll be having very strong interview questions. So when a person feels to test, means when for Selenium, basic things are, first one is you need to have knowledge on Java programming, core Java programming. So that is one thing, and second thing is you need to have knowledge on object identification. Means I'll tell you when we need to, means how to identify an object in a most effective way. That is the second thing. And third thing is test engine. There are questions related to test engine. So these three things are main important, very important. So when he feels to test you on your programming skills, the first things he'll ask about the default standards, and there are some standard programs. So what is the Armstrong number? What is the prime number? How do you write a factorial number? How do you write a program for Fibonacci series? How do you make a Fibonacci series in recursive method? So these are the questions that he'll be asking. So for all such questions, I can say for to majority of standard interview program questions, so these two are only the answers. So with these two only, Armstrong numbers, and if you want to check whether number is prime or not, only these two, if you know, you'll be able to design the code. Okay.
Okay.
So I don't I made this much complex. I can just delete this variable. Okay. Okay. Let me put one. So if your programming knowledge is to be tested, then they'll go for some basic programming. I'll just tell you. So okay. Anyhow, 10 plus 20, 30. And if you minus, it is minus 10, and if you multiply to 200, and if you see the quotient here, see this is the quotient and this is a remainder is 0. If you divide 20 by 10, remainder is 0 and quotient is 2. So these are the things. After this arithmetic operation. Okay, any questions on this?
No.
No, sir.
Okay, thank you. So this is about the shift operator. I'll just give, so we don't use this actually, but I'll just give you some view on this. Okay, so I'm making int some value x is equal to some 10 I'm giving. So, and what I'm doing is, so I'm shifting this 10 2 digits to the right, 2 digits to the right, and I'm seeing what 2 digits to the right. I'm seeing what the value will be printed. Okay. Now for you, first let us go to the binary of this number. Okay. Okay. 1 minute, just hold on. Sorry for that. So the binary value of 10 is 1010. So if it is an 8-bit, then you'll be having all zeros before this. So basically, if you want to represent 10 in binary value, these 4 digits will be enough, and this is 1010. Now I'm just running this, and I'm getting it here too. So why I'm getting 2 is if you see the arrow marks, it is towards the right shift. So when you're doing right shift, the overall value, that is 10 here, it will be shifted by 2 digits. So this 2 will go off and this 2 will come into this place, and remaining will be covered by 00 or 11. Okay, but whichever is returned by the code, it is about 00s only, because you know, right? See, basically in our number system also, if you say if you're saying some 10, and if you're putting any number of zeros before that, it is of no value. But if you're putting it as 1, so the value is going to change and it's going to increase. So for that, Java, whenever we have a shift operator, and if you're shifting it, it will provide the value that is having zeros into it, and it will be displaying. Now, so for this 10 also, it shifted by 2 digits and it is displaying. So what output we got is, it is 2. Now we shall see what the binary value of 2. So you'll understand how it works. So binary value of 2 is 0010, and that of 10 is 1010. So since we shifted by 3, it will be putting it as 10 and 2 followed by 2 zeros. So this is the output. Okay, anyone, any questions?
Can you give a few more examples, please?
Yeah, sure.
What scenarios we will use?
No, this we don't use anywhere. For Selenium, it is not useful as a part of Java concept, and I anyhow covered all these things about the operators. So I just want to cover this one also. As I told in the starting of the session, see, these unary operators will be using arithmetic, will be using shift, we don't use. Bitwise also we don't use. So remaining all we use. Yes.
Okay.
Shift and bitwise we don't use. Okay. So that explains this slide explains about the shift operator. So when you are shifting it, either it will be placed by all zeros or all ones. So if you say x is shifted by n, then that n number of bits will be shifted, and the remaining number will be displayed. The remaining number will be taken into consideration. The remainder which we get after shifting, that will be taken into consideration, followed by all zeros, and that will be displayed in the output. So real-time example related to Selenium, there is no need of this. But as part of core Java concepts and about the operations, I'm just covering this. Okay.
Okay.
And about this less than or greater than symbols. So if you say a number is, if you want to verify a condition, if condition, that if first number is less than a second number, then this is a sign. And if you want to verify, you want me to show examples on this less than or equal to, because I feel we have. So 1 minute. So this is equals to, this is when you are comparing the values. So this value should be, when we are condition, when you're verifying this, that this value is equals to the other value, you need to use double equals to. And if you want to verify one number is less than or equal to other number, then use less than symbol, or greater than. If you want to verify, you can use greater than symbol. And then if you see our for loop also here above, we have verified that, see, this is less than or equal to. So in our case, we don't want our loop to be executed more than 100 times. So what we gave is the reference value should be less than or equal to 100. So these are the operations, and not equal to operations is represented by exclamation followed by an equal to sign. Then that will say that these are not equals. Okay. If you want me to show, I can show on this. That is not a big thing.
I think it should be fine.
Yeah. Everyone is okay on this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thanks. So one more thing about here is logical AND and logical OR operators. So one thing here is the difference between and an or is if the both condition, if both the conditions are satisfied, it will be entering the loop. Means if it will be entering the if condition. In and, the both conditions should be true. In or, it is not the case. Anyone, if it is valid, then it will be entering the if condition. So I'll just show you with this. This one I'll just show you. Okay, I'll take two values, so I can take it from above also. I'll just see. Two values, okay. I'm just commenting this part, and I'm making this as int y equals to 20. Okay. Now what I'm doing is I'm putting an if condition and checking that if x equals to 10, and as I told, it's an and y equals to 20. Then what you do is I'm printing that this is in and operator. Okay. Okay. So I need the brace here. I'm just saying this. First, let me execute this. Okay. So since both the conditions are same, this got executed and the statement got executed. Now I'll just fail one of the conditions. So it did not get executed. So we did not tell the code, through code we did not tell what to do if one of the if the condition fails. We did not tell. So besides this, if we put it as an OR operator, just two pipes. Where is it? Yeah. If I put this, even if one condition fails, the remaining will be executed and it will go into this loop. Okay. So this is the difference between and or. And one thing you need to remember about this and or is, for and, it will just verify the first condition first. If it is true, then it will go for the second condition. But if the first condition is false, it never verifies the second condition and it goes out of that condition loop and it goes and executes the next continuous statements, next code, whatever it is there. So if the first statement is false for an and, it never verifies the second condition. The similar cases with or, it will verify the first condition. If it is true, it will go into this. If it is false, it will go and verify the other condition. Means the point I want to say here is, after validating the first condition only, then the second condition is validated. So that is the point here. And why I'm specifying you this is, that is the difference between an AND operator and a bitwise operator. So where is it? Yes. So bitwise operators, as I told, we won't use for Selenium, at least. For Selenium, we never use. And bitwise operator is represented by one single ampersand, and it is used to so the difference between logical and bitwise and is, first thing is this is logical and is used for our numerical values, bitwise is used for comparing the binary values. And logical and is used when we are using logical and, one condition is verified whether it is true or not. If it is true, then only the second condition is verified. But bitwise is not, doesn't work that way. It will verify both the conditions. Even if it is true or first condition is true or false, it doesn't matter. It will verify both the conditions. Then it will execute the next statement based on the results. So this is somewhat time consuming, means because unnecessary we are putting efforts on the second condition when the first condition fails. So that is the point here. So we'll be using only logical and logical OR in our codes. Okay. And coming to the other one, ternary operator. Ternary operator you can use based on your coding skills. Whenever you need, you can just use it. So I'm just verifying that if some condition x equals to 10, then what you do is, if this is true, then you put the value into I completed all the alphabets. And put it into M, or I'll put it into Z. So this is my code. I just full stop. I did not initialize this.
I think the symbol.
Sorry, I did not hear.
I think the symbol question mark should have space or something.
1 minute, let me just, I did not initialize this also. Okay, now we shall see. Did I do any mistake?
No, I think you can. You have to store it in a variable or print it, right? To do a syso.
Wait one.
About
I'm
M. M also we have to display.
No, this will work. Delete. Great. No problem. We shall just Google it. So one more thing, this is, if you want to have some programming, so work on some programming, this is one good site. You have only programs. Let me open and then confirm. So I used to see one site. No, sorry, I think this is not the one. Okay, I'll tell you if I find out. Let us come to our ternary operator. I put a condition, so it is not about an equal to if condition, I guess. So let's write it like this. And why they are storing in this one? 1 minute, just hold on. So they declare a double with one value, string result another value. They're storing. 1 minute, just hold on. Yeah, sorry for that. So they store the result, number greater than or equal to 0, they make it as positive or not positive. If I see the result, I can find positive. Okay. So let's do the same way. string. I think it won't be string. Okay, but let's see. Wait. Yeah, I told that it won't be a string. Correct. Because we made this true as boolean, and now we are using initialize a variable.
There's no value defined for Z. Hello. Deepthi Priya, you are there?
Yeah, we are, but I think Satya is not here.
Okay. I was thinking probably I lost them. It's
Hi guys, did you see the message?
yeah, he's got dropped.
Yeah, actually,
He's not to the call.
he has power issues, so the class will end now, and tomorrow he will continue. Just now, Sarita put a message in WhatsApp.
Oh, Sajita messaged? Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Thank you.
I think tomorrow he will continue.
Yeah. Good night.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good night. Bye.
Okay, bye.